Hey, it's Coolio if you don't know. Welcome back to Let's Try Text Mode 2000. So last time we took a look at Jade Fighter, and this time we're going to be taking a look at Pellet Panic. So, yeah. As a reminder to all individuals looking to fight the Beast Menace, there is no actual limit to how much energy you can amass from the pellets. Your energy gauge estimates how much you will likely need to destroy the layers and sets that as the most to display at one time. Going over this artificial maximum is necessary to do lots of damage as fast as your weapons can dish it out. That's something that'll come into play later on. So we have a few different modes here. You have easy, normal, and hardcore. So with easy, you have unlimited lives, and enemies are slower and have less health. It's pretty much just if you want to get from one end of the game to the other, and don't really care about rewards at the end. In normal mode, if you run out of lives, the game will end and you must start over. But after the last level begins endurance mode with a random level order and steady rise in difficulty. So you get kind of it is pseudo endless gaming, but still kind of an interesting challenge. And in hardcore mode, if I can ever say that, if you die once, the game is over and you must start over, but you do get to bring one item into your new game, and enemy speed and health are both higher than normal. For this Let's Try, I'm going to be doing easy mode. Level 1, Trial by Fire. Normally here we can equip our ship with, or equip ourselves anyway, with different weapons and upgrades. We don't have any right now, so we're just going to go ahead and proceed. There are also rewards available for every level. There is one challenging reward and two simple rewards. In this case, in order to get the challenging reward of the Omnicorp Electromed, we need to not take any damage. Pretty much going to guarantee this is not going to happen. But if we also get over 80% accuracy, then we get a Gravitix laser, and if we defeat 20 beasts, we get the Gravitix HCP200X. You also get one weapon and two upgrades per level, whether or not you've actually completed any of these challenges. So, let's begin! First thing that you're going to notice from looking at the game board here, this looks like Pac-Man, doesn't it? Well, let me just tell you, it looks like Pac-Man, but that's about all the resemblance to Pac-Man it has. Since this is your first excursion, remember, beast layers are extremely well armored. You won't be able to destroy them without collecting a ton of energy pellets first. Remember to stay clear of the blasts too, as they tend to explode pretty violently. Good luck and good hunting. Ready? Go! So, like I said, it starts off looking a lot like Pac-Man. You move around, you eat pellets, gain energy. Well, I suppose you're not gaining energy in Pac-Man. But yeah, you move around, eat pellets. However, the goal is not to eat all of the pellets, although sometimes there can be a reward for it. It is never the actual goal of a level. The goal of the level is to destroy the beast layers. These things right here that my blue character is going around right now. Destroy all of those, you clear the level. Pretty simple. However, you're not the only person in the maze. There are also cyborgs. And those cyborgs will destroy beasts, but they will also destroy you. And you can also destroy them. You can see at the bottom, bottom right there, we're fighting against Scarlet, because why wouldn't we be? And he has 250 life and about 1700 energy right now. We're up to 3185 energy, which is more than enough. Ow. Which is more than enough to actually defeat one of these Beast Slayers. So let's do that. I'm gonna try to see here is if I can get... There's a feature called the Lair Blast, which the intro text kind of alluded to. When you destroy a layer, it will explode and cause substantial damage to anything in the explosion radius. There are actually rewards that can be claimed based on layer blasts. Mostly either to get a cyborg caught in a layer blast, but occasionally the game will also ask you to survive a layer blast, which can be done. Layer blasts do not necessarily kill you outright, they just cause a crap ton of damage. I don't think I'm going to get this cyborg caught in this layer blast. Let's just destroy that. Might get it caught in the other one. I still do want to kill 20 things. At this point I've taken damage, so that's no longer really a worry. Although I should probably have destroyed the left layer first, because I think these guys can shoot at you. Yeah, the more energy you have, the more damage per shot you'll get. However, shooting does take away energy, so it is definitely worth it to make all of your shots count. Also, I guess these eye things don't actually fire back, so I think we are good until such time as we can have killed 20 of them. There we go. You'll see at the top left, right next to level 1, there are 3 check marks. And those 3 check marks will tell you whether you have cleared certain objectives. As you can see, we've received our 2 simple rewards, as well as 1 level-based reward and 3 upgrades. I guess you get 2 or 3 per level. So, oh, we got 2. Anyway. Okay, so we have here +1 power, so boost your power level so you can do more damage with less energy stored. You still need a certain amount of energy in order to destroy Beast Slayers, and that is based on the actual gauge. When the energy gauge is full, that's when you can actually do proper damage to the Beast Slayers. Otherwise, you'll be doing like 5 points or less, which would make it really hard to actually destroy them. And Rarity Maximizer doesn't seem to do anything, at least not during combat. I've never seen this one before. I haven't played a whole lot of this, so yeah, I have not seen that upgrade yet. So, and pretty much the gear that we got is exactly what we have now. So no sense in changing. We do have a couple of weapons, though. We have the Gravitix Laser, which is not quite as efficient and a lot slower. A lot slower rate of fire, but shots are a lot faster and they do a little more damage. Now, there's also the flamethrower, which does a whole lot more damage at a much more efficient rate and a lot faster, but it's basically a short-range weapon. I don't like the short-range weapons. We're going to go with the Gravitix Laser. The rewards available for this one, the challenging reward is simply to get 2100 energy before firing, which should be pretty easy. I can smell the Gravitix Mag Pulse already. We also have one to kill the cyborg first. In other words, we want to kill the cyborg before we kill any beasts or destroy any lairs, I think. And also getting over 85% accuracy, a little harder than last time, but we'll see if we can pull that out. Let's go! We don't know how they work, but the tunnels on the edges of the maze will warp you to the opposite side instantaneously. Only catch is that the beasts and cyborgs know how to take advantage of them too. Also remember that more lairs equals more beasts, so take them out quick. Let's go! Don't want to deal with you just yet. I do want to deal with you before anything else. But right now I need to get my 2100 energy so I can get that challenging reward. Up to 1500 now. Oh geez. The cyborg right now is using what is known as a special. There are all different kinds of specials. Some of them will speed you up, some of them will help you collect energy from afar. All sorts of different things. So our current DPS here is 350 and rising. And it should be good enough to face Harlequin. Bam! Okay. So now if we can keep up our 85% accuracy rate. However, it does seem like Harlequin had a flamethrower, and that does give us a little debuff over time there. Doesn't last very long. But yes, the Gravitix Laser made short work of the cyborg. Let's go beast hunting. Pretty much you gotta watch out when you're fighting against cyborgs. Not only are they pretty strong, but they do like to maneuver around, and if you are going for a high accuracy run, they can kind of ruin that pretty fast. Fortunately, not the case this time. We got all 3 rewards for this level. We're doing good. Oh, I got 4 upgrades. One way through. Let's see the new gear that we got. Oh. So it does have a bit of a weight issue. It's a little heavier than the Gravitix that we've been using, which means it's going to be a little slower. But other than that, this is pretty much an upgrade all around. Let's go ahead and use that. And we got a couple more weapons too. We got the Mag Pulse. Not very powerful and doesn't fire very rapidly, but each shot slows down the target temporarily, making them easier to shoot. I'd rather go with the Speedy Quick excuse me, the Speedy Quick weapon with lots of range and, you know, firepower and damage. Has a low rate of fire, but each rocket explodes on impact, possibly damaging multiple targets. Tempting, but I think I'm gonna stick with the laser for now. Some gears have multiple slots for lasers, for weapons. You can only use one weapon at a time, but the ones that have 2 slots will allow you to change weapons on the fly. We got the Electromed here, which is a special that will allow us to heal our life. And we got a couple of more upgrade slots with this gear, so let's take a look at what we got here. Plus 5% break resist. Increases resistance to your armor breaking attacks, which chip away at your armor rating. Corruption resist. Take less damage from corruption. I don't think there are a whole lot of corruption enemies right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Plus 1 efficiency. So less energy is lost when you fire. Yes, please. And plus 1% speed. Allows you to move faster relative to how much you're weighted down. I like Speedy Quick. Alright, our rewards this time, 2200 energy before firing, no beasts alive, and defeat 20 beasts. No beasts alive means when the last beast layer is destroyed, there must not be any beasts on the field. I believe this includes any beasts that are destroyed by layer blasts. So if you destroy your last beast layer and a beast was caught in the layer blast, it was the last one, then I do believe you get the reward for that. Still, this probably will not happen, but let's give it a try. This time we have 2 cyborgs to deal with. Somehow the mazes are able to incorporate walls which can only be moved through in a single direction. They'll be identified by arrows and will be tricky to deal with going forward. Fortunately, beasts and cyborgs are affected by them the same way you are. So we've dealt previously with Harlequin and Scarlet. This time we are dealing with both of them at the same time. Whereas before dealing with anything... Oh, jeez. Get away! No! Leave me alone. I am like super nervous right now. Okay. I think we're safe. Oh, jeez. Up to 1500 energy. We're going to need 2200 to get that challenging reward. And here comes Harlequin on the attack prowl. Oh, jeez. This is bad. Cyborg on one side. Beast on the other. Help. We're almost there. There we go. I do believe that all of the cyborgs are kind of in league with each other. A little bit of lag there. Ha! Also, those brown things appear to explode when killed. It's good to know. Let's go for a layer blast, shall we? I was hoping to get Scarlet with the layer blast. Ah! Unfortunately, that layer still needed one more hit. Still kind of hopeful that I can actually get Scarlet here. Yikes! Get away from me. You Scarlet Devil, you. This ain't Toho. No! There you go. Got him in the Lair Blast. You have no idea how many times I've tried to do that. Because as I think I've mentioned, there is a random challenge that can come up where you need to destroy a cyborg in a Lair Blast. Or at least hit a cyborg with a Lair Blast. I don't think destroying it is required. I've never been able to do it before now. I'm glad I was able to record it. I know it's not a big thing, but it's still kind of a thing. There you go. Level 3 done. Only got the one challenge done, but it was the challenging one. Quad Chamber Conundrum. Let's see what gear we got. This is pretty much a direct upgrade. There is no reason not to get this. This pretty much, yeah, all of the numbers are green or yellow. Green, of course, means it's better. Yellow means it's the same, and red means it's worse. So Gravitix Inc. makes a decent, although basic line of pellet gear for newcomers serious about hunting down energy beasts. Yeah, this is pretty serious stuff. Let's see. So what did we get? We got another 1% speed increase. We got a +2 power, which I'm actually going to replace the +1 power I got here. Just 1 second. Okay. 10% burn resist. Considering how many cyborgs have had flamethrowers so far, that's tempting, but I'd rather stick with what I got. I still have no idea what this is. Would be kind of interesting if Chris were to actually see this video, though, and tell me what that is. Will he? So yeah, challenging reward, destroy all cyborgs. That shouldn't be too hard. Now that it's actually asking me to Lair Blast a cyborg, I probably will fail at that. It's also asking me to equip a flamethrower, which, no way. If I had 2 weapons, maybe. Just a reminder, the more layers there are, the more beasts you'll have to contend with at a time, so try to take out a layer or 2 super quick. You may also encounter weird beasts which emerge from the tunnels and drop pellets. They're pretty harmless, but be aware of them all the same. You may or may not be wondering what happens when all of the pellets are collected in a level. Obviously not the same thing as Pac-Man, because that would kind of remove the point of actually destroying the beast layers. What happens is you basically just get a new set of pellets. The labyrinth is refilled, and you can just keep on collecting. So we only have one cyborg to deal with in this level, which is Amber, who has a rocket launcher. That's good to know. Well, I guess that means I won't be layer blasting a cyborg. At least I showed it off. Well, that's something. What was the other one? Oh yeah, equip a flamethrower. Yeah, no, that wasn't gonna happen. Flamethrower is not my style play, my friend. Can work wonders for some people, just not my style. 2 down, 2 to go. Here are the beasts that can actually fire back at you. They don't do a whole lot of damage, but they're still a bit more of a threat at long distance than anyone else. 3 down. Also, I keep forgetting I have a special. And use the Electromed by pressing Shift, which will restore some health. That circle thing there, I believe, is the thing that drops pellets. Yeah, usually pretty harmless. Just be aware of them, basically. There we go. It's another level clear. Unfortunately missing out on a bunch of stuff there, but what are you gonna do? I'm gonna have a spiral interpretation of things. What do we get? This? Definitely a lot heavier. A little less life, I'm not too worried about that. My main reservation is that it's that much heavier. Has a lot more armor at least, and one more upgrade slot. I'm going to stick with the 400X. I don't like getting too slow and bogged down. Oh. Yeah, speed level 2. Well, plus 2% anyway. Oh, we also have a power plus 3. Go ahead and equip that. I think that's about all I'm going to do for this. Let's get her going. We've noticed that many of the rewards you can acquire seem to come from hunters who lost their lives to the mazes, making it odd that the beast would leave them behind. Many can only be obtained under certain conditions, but often you'll get weapons and upgrades completely at random. Also, I completely forgot to check... Oops. I completely forgot to check the actual... qualifications for this level. You can press escape to get to the system menu, which will also show you the reward listing for that level. So 2400 energy before firing, over 55% accuracy, and one shot a beast. Well, that shouldn't be too hard. Here comes Scarlet over there. What you doing, Scarlet? What you doing? I almost have the feeling like Chris Osick watches LowBiasGaming. I mean, you have Jade, you have Scarlet. The moment I see a cyborg named Ragnats in this, I'll be like, yeah, you watch us. Now, I believe that how accuracy works, accuracy is only counted on hits against beasts. So where all my shots have been, well, before when all my shots had been toward beast lairs, it does not count those shots at all for or against you in your total count. As those, after all, are stationary targets. If you're shooting at one, it's kind of a given that you'll either hit the beast lair itself, or you're going to hit something in between the beast lair and yourself. There we go. I've been playing this on normal, and I feel like easy is like substantially easier than normal mode. I mean, it is reasonable to expect it to be a little easier, but this is like a huge difference. But really, I'm just doing this to show off the game anyway. So, let's see. We got the 300x for that one, and it's pretty much downgrade, which is kind of a given. Any interesting weapons? We got 4 lasers, 2 blasters. I don't think there are any difference between the lasers. Maybe there are like special lasers I can collect or something, or maybe there are some like incompleted features where I could sell the lasers and buy something else or something, but unfortunately this game was not fully completed. Completed enough to be definitely playable and have an ending and all that, but maybe not have quite all the features that were planned for it. I think we're good, so we need to clear all pellets, defeat 25 beasts, and not use our special. This should be pretty easy. Goop is nasty stuff. You won't be able to move fast over top it, and fortunately many beasts and cyborgs are also affected, but some will be immune. Goop is otherwise harmless, but still try to avoid it when you can, so you can escape from bad situations more easily. I have not gotten this far in this game on normal mode. So for now, I'm going to try to stay out of the goop as much as possible. When I get down to 1 beast lair, then I'll like 1 beast lair and having destroyed Aqua. Barbie girl, you are not good, sir. So yeah, clear all pellets. Okay. So the one that I need to not do something for is no pellets used. Okay. We are clear to destroy some beast lairs. sound effect there. I'm traveling in goop. I'm glad that the sound effect only happens when it's you traveling in goop and not when it's the cyborg. That'll get really obnoxious really fast. Okay, we're down to one beast lair. See if we can take down that cyborg. While also going around and collecting as many pellets as possible, since we do have to clear the board for that challenging reward. Of course, it is not necessary for me to actually defeat the cyborg, but it's just that much less to worry about while I'm trying to collect all the pellets. Another valid strategy is just to leave the cyborgs alone, because they will collect pellets to bolster their own energy supplies. So, in a way, I might have just made things slightly harder on myself. Oh well. That's the way the man packs. Oh geez, you are firing at me. You are firing fire at me. That is a problem. I need to deal with you. I know, thrilling action, right? You know what? Join me once I've actually cleared the pellets out of this. I realize this is not exactly exciting to watch. One moment. Remember that thing that was mentioned that drops pellets all over the place? Yeah. That makes things more annoying. I don't know that I actually want to deal with that when trying to get all of the pellets. Really? Let's kind of clip through that one. I'm going to keep trying to get all the pellets, but if that guy shows up again, I might just quit. One moment. Alright, we're almost done. Just have a few more pellets, and as long as one of those little jerks putting down pellets didn't come up. There we go. Now it is time to lair blast. And I have so much energy that I might be able to just destroy the lair in one hit. Yep. Oh, we got all 3 rewards. We got some upgrades. We're doing pretty good. I'm thinking one more level. I don't know how long this game is, but we kind of get the point. And let's see. This one is much lighter. Has a lot more power. Much less armor. But it is dual weapon. Has 8 upgrade slots. Energy rate is slightly lower. Overall, I think it's a good investment. I think I'm going to hold on to the Gravitix Laser, and as my secondary weapon, I don't know which one is better between the Value Gear rockets and the Gravitix rockets. The Value Gear are less efficient. No, wait. The Gravitix are less efficient, but better in every other sense. But is it by much? What about the missiles? Powerful weapons which automatically turns corners to potentially hit things. Interesting. Let's go with that. Can we get any more specials? We got a couple, yeah. Got the Omnicorp Electromed. More effective with the same cooldown. Yeah, no reason not to switch. But let's check out this one too. Drops a mine which can instantly destroy any beast or cyborg who travels over top, though if left alone will disappear after a minute. Has a cooldown of 40 seconds. Let's stick with the Electromed. Challenging reward. Well, this is a reason to pick the Electromed. Challenging reward: Survival Lair Blast. Okay. We need to kill a cyborg before anything else. There are 3 to pick from, so shouldn't be a problem. And one-shot a beast. But we need to survive a Lair Blast. I don't know if the Star Phaser can do that. I might have to switch back. What about this one? Has an armor of 75. Yeah, if I'm going to survive a Lair Blast, it's going to be with this gear. We do get an extra upgrade slot though. No. Burn resist, corruption resist, any explosion resist? That'd be great right now. Let's go with the armor, I guess. Okay. Time to do it. Yeah, survive a Lair Blast, guys. Gonna do it. We've calculated that 95.312% of beast mazes have warp tunnels in them, so it's very unusual to see a maze like this one which lacks them. Just do your best and try not to go down any long corridors unless you have no other choice. Those little messages kind of remind me of a game called Mission Maze. It was by Solo Software. It was a text mode game. And it had little messages before each level, quite akin to this game. Okay, so we've killed the cyborg first and second. Taking a little bit of damage there, but we should still be able to survive a Lair Blast. I hope. We're gonna want to do that as soon as possible. Like, oh geez, hi. Didn't one-shot you. You little microprocessor. Excuse me. Almost have enough. There we go. There we go. One shot that dude. Hammer weapon is expensive, wow. Well, we weren't in that laser blast, so we definitely survived it. Unfortunately, that's not how the game counts things. Let's go kill another lair. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the lair's health there. That was the problem. There we go. Took a lot of damage, but we survived that lair blast, which is what we needed to do. Again, that is something I have never done in this game. Yeah, as the little blurb at the beginning said, there are no warp tunnels in this level. So there's no quick left to right, and there's no quick top to bottom. In fact, with the way the corridors are set, it's really annoying to get to the far left or right. Come on, Scarlet. Where are you? Ha! You weenie. You know what, Scarlet? I mean, our Scarlet. Maybe a weenie sometimes, but you are our weenie. And I don't think any of us would want to trade you for anything else. Okay. So, yeah. I think I've pretty much proven the point of this game. I don't think I need to really play any more here. If you want to see the ending to this game, go play it yourself. It's free. Yeah. That's going to be it for this game. Progress is automatically saved when you quit, so you don't have to worry about having to start over if you haven't run out of lives yet. It's all saved in there. That's Pellet Panic, guys. That was Jade Fire previously. And this is Text Mode 2000, a sadly unfinished project, which I can kind of understand why it's unfinished. But it's definitely something that I would like to have seen more of. And definitely something that I would like to have been able to actually work with myself. Those of you who might be aware of my game bumper stickers, this would be an interesting place to put that. I realize I keep porting the same game over and over again like an idiot, but you know. It would have been an interesting project to do. I did look at some of the data files for this, and unfortunately, they seem to be either compiled or in some proprietary format that I can't just read, decipher, and work with myself. But perhaps someday Mr. Osick will hear the call and have some way for third-party developers to make games in this. It's kind of a limited, like, this is not the sort of game that everyone's going to be into. But this is the sort of game that someone could get really into, like the sort of game system someone could get really into, especially those who are particularly nostalgic for text-based game like ZZT, Megazooks, various roguelikes. Yeah, so I'm just kind of hoping out loud. That's probably something that's never going to happen, but one can always hope. Anyway, this has been Text Mode 2000. I'm Coolio if you don't know, and I'll see you guys next time.